How's it going, guys? It's Marcus. It's been a while since I've made one of these videos. I think I've only made one of these videos before on Aquamarine almost a year ago and have meant to do more of these types of videos on other gems, but never got around to it. But I think now is a great time to make another one of these, and what better gem to talk about when it comes to their overall strength than Lapis. Lapis, or fully known as a Lapis Lazuli gem, is a very complicated character in Steven Universe and has been since she was first introduced. When Steven eventually freed her from her mirror prison that she was trapped in for thousands of years, we saw a glimpse of her power, which is the ability to control basic forms of water at a very skilled level, or more simply known as hydrokinesis. Now, since Lapis is a gem, she's stronger than a normal human by default, since basically all gems have tremendous base physical strength and stamina. Lapis's main feat to her power is her ability to control water, though, her hydrokinesis. So just how strong is that? For starters, let's discuss one of Lapis's main offensive attacks she uses, which is forming a gigantic hand of water and using it to either punch or slam down whoever or whatever she is aiming for. This ability is very interesting because it seems to have solid properties and liquid properties at the same time. When Lapis first used this ability against the crystal gems in the episode Mirror Gem, the hand went through Garnet as a normal large body of liquid would, but at the same time, the hand made contact with the sand at the beach and created a shockwave that had enough force to knock Pearl and Amethyst off to the side, off the screen completely. Considering Pearl is about 6 feet tall, or a little over 6 feet tall, where she was standing right when the water hand made contact with the ground, Pearl was knocked at least 12 to 18 feet to the side. Not only that, but the force she kept applying onto Garnet was enough to keep Garnet pinned down inside the fist until Lapis got distracted. Garnet is arguably the strongest gem on the Crystal Gem team when it comes to raw physical strength, especially when using her gauntlets. So considering Lapis was able to hold her down with fairly minimal effort and Garnet wasn't able to break free until Lapis was distracted, like I said, should show you how powerful the force of that water hand was. Another example of this water hand use is when Lapis sent Jasper flying all the way to the Great North when Jasper made her return in the episode Alone at Sea. You know, Jasper is a fairly big gem, probably over 7 feet tall, and, you know, since she was sent all the way to the Great North, that's pretty crazy. Beach City is said to be located in the eastern United States in the fictional state of Delmarva, and it's presumably located in the northeastern or central side of the main eastern side of the country since it does snow there during the winter. But the episode Alone at Sea seemed to take place during the summertime in Beach City. That means Jasper was sent so far to the north that it was snowing in this area during the summer. Considering the name of the area is called the Great North, it could be a reference to Canada's nickname in the real world, which is the Great White North, but I'm not sure if there's any areas / provinces in Canada where it could snow all year round. But for the purpose of this video, I'll say that in the world of Steven Universe, the Canada there can have places that snow all year round, since I'm 99% sure the Great North name that Steven Universe chose is inspired by Canada's nickname. Now, I'm going to try and calculate the minimum and maximum distance Jasper could have traveled after being punched. First, for the minimum distance, I'm going to take the northernmost state on the east coast of the United States, which is the state of Maine, and the closest province of Canada to Maine that's also north of Maine, which is New Brunswick. The approximate distance from Maine to New Brunswick is 260 miles. Now, for the maximum distance, Beach City is shown to get pretty significant amounts of snow during the winter, and although it is possible to snow in more southern states, I'm only going to go as south as North Carolina, since it doesn't seem like any time the states south of North Carolina have gotten snow. It seems like a pretty little amount. The most northern part of Canada is the tip of the Nunavut territories, and the approximate distance between North Carolina and Nunavut, Canada is 2,391.24 miles. Therefore, Jasper was sent flying north from between 260 miles to 2,391 miles away from Beach City. That is fucking ridiculous, man. Jasper has some godlike durability to not get poofed or scream from the force of that punch. A punch so strong to send somebody as far as just 260 miles at the minimum distance is ridiculous. I mean, hey, maybe Jasper did get poofed when she made contact with solid ground in the Great North and she reformed, but I feel like that's pretty unlikely since she kept her original form when she faced off against Steven, Connie, and Pearl before walking off with the 2 corrupted gems she found. Lapis can also use her hydrokinesis to trap things inside water bubbles that can still float even with something inside them. She used this against Steven and Ocean Gem and against the Ruby Squad and Back to the Moon. The bubbles seem to be borderline impenetrable since every single member of the Ruby Squad seemed to be unable to break out of the bubble on their own. Granted, rubies aren't the strongest gem types in the world. For a single bubble of water to be able to hold a gem like that, it's pretty useful. I'm curious how big she can go when it comes to being able to bubble somebody, though. So far, she's only shown to use this power against shorter beings, like Steven and the Rubies, who are all probably under 5 feet tall. But imagine if she used this technique on somebody bigger, like Alexandroid or something, that'd be ridiculous. Or one of the diamonds? Probably not, though. But maybe the bubble ability has a size cap to it, and that's why she's been using stronger attacks on bigger size gems. Now, I'm not sure if Lapis alone can use this power, but when Malachite fought Alexandrite, Malachite was seen turning water into ice for offensive and defensive purposes. Having the ability to turn water into ice as well makes this ability so much more versatile now. The water was shown to turn into ice instantly and shape into fists/forearms just like the water ones, and they kept their ice forms even when applying force on Alexandrite to try and crush them. But again, Lapis alone has yet to be seen using ice, so this may be a Malachite only ability, but I just thought I'd mention it since it's a version of Lapis's power that a fusion that Lapis was a part of used in combat. Lapis is also able to create clones of other beings using her hydrokinesis, and these clones can have the same, if not greater, physical capabilities as the original they're being cloned from. Lapis has only used this technique once against Steven in the Crystal Gems, but it's one of her most dangerous abilities. These clones have the same properties as her giant water fist, where they can make physical contact with something like a solid, but also act as a normal liquid and things can pass through them. Garnet's clone was able to match Garnet in both speed and power, and was able to use Garnet's gauntlet weapons in clone form just as well as the original Garnet. These clones can use their liquid-based forms to their advantage even more by bending and stretching in certain ways to dodge attacks, as seen when Amethyst tried throwing giant rocks at her clone, and her clone was just like bending her form all over the place to dodge the rocks. Though a direct counter to this ability seems to be Rose's shield for some reason, because when Steven blocked a water ball that his clone threw at him, the shield created some kind of sonic shockwave that made all the water clones vanish. And I'm not sure why this happened, but I mean, if Rose's shield is a direct counter to Lapis Lazuli, then the free matchup for Steven, I guess. Now, I'm not sure if there's a limit to how much water Lapis can control at once, but if so, then it's gotta be a super high amount, since she had the ability to lift up the entire Earth's ocean out into space in pillar form. You need to think about how insane that is. 70% of the Earth is water, which is also 326 million cubic miles of water. Lapis was able to take all of that water from the Earth with a cracked gem, mind you. Imagine if she turned all that water into a giant water fist. If Lapis wanted to, she could wipe out almost all of humanity with an attack like that, damn near destroying all life forms on Earth. Like, not even just humanity, this could destroy, like, ecosystems and animals and all that stuff. It's such a broken ability that one gem can have, and she's not even the only Lapis gem out there. Imagine having that much power and still being scared of the diamonds. That should say something about the strength of these higher up gems, though, to be honest. And last but not least, Lapis has the ability to fly, and her cracked gem prevented her from using this last ability. Lapis uses these water wings to fly at not only incredible heights, but speed as well. Homeworld is many, many light years away from Earth, and Lapis was able to fly from Earth to Homeworld in a fairly short amount of time. Considering how long it's taking Lars to get back to Earth from Homeworld when he's using Emerald's fastest ship, the Sun Incinerator, Lapis can probably fly at a speed that's so fast that the naked eye wouldn't even be able to see her. So, all in all, Lapis is an incredibly strong gem, and to date, the strongest gem we've seen so far. I mean, I guess the diamonds could be stronger in theory, since someone as strong as Lapis is scared of them, but we have yet to see the full extent of the diamond's powers yet. I used to think Aquamarine was the strongest gem we had seen to date besides the diamonds themselves, but Aquamarine just has a broken weapon. Like, her gem ability isn't really broken. We haven't really seen what her gem ability is, and considering she's using such a broken weapon, her gem ability probably isn't anything all that special, but Lapis's true gem ability with her hydrokinesis, I'd say, is much more impressive than Aquamarine using a little wand to throw people around, to be honest. I'd say Lapis is borderline Planet Destroyer levels of strong, though. Just with the two abilities alone of being able to control so much miles of water and the ability to shape that water into a fist, she could destroy Earth and any planet smaller than Earth with an attack like that. Maybe even planets slightly bigger than Earth. You know, say what you want about her character, but she ain't no weak little gem. She is not weak whatsoever. But I think that is going to be it for this video, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I also have a Discord server. If you guys would like to join, the link for the Discord will be in the description down below. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, bye-bye.